Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with J-Line, helping others achieve greatness in every part of life with our life, health, and business coaching. Today we're talking about how we can help others build multiple streams of income with our buying and selling programs, or buying and selling strategies, if you would. Now, this one is just one of many strategies. And before we get started, if you want to know how to join the network, go to jline.org/join. Watch the video there so you can see how to stay up to date on all things to keep your life great. But now let's get into this buying and selling strategy right now. Here we go. Well, we're on location right now at one of the auctions that we frequent, and this one is unique because it's all kinds of vehicles. I mean, the vehicles go for days. Now what happens is you'll be able to get a book that has the VIN numbers, it has the year, the make, the model of all the vehicles. You might say, hey, I don't have time to go on auction, I don't have time to travel to go over there to see all those trucks. Now being in person is great to be able to see all the trucks, but you can do this online. But I always recommend checking out the vehicles for yourself. And before you disqualify this stream of income by saying, I don't have any extra money, I don't know if I'd be able to have money to buy a vehicle, and if I buy a vehicle, how will I even sell the vehicle? But what if I told you that you don't have to have your own money and you can have financing to be able to purchase these vehicles, and you don't have to worry about finding a buyer because we already have buyers for these vehicles? But before we go any further, I think it's important to note that this is not financial advice, or we're telling you what to do with your money. We're just telling you what we do with our money and how we help our partners build multiple streams of income. And this is just one of many ways. So let's get into it a little bit more in detail. All right, now whether we're online or in person, we're going to choose a vehicle. Now we could look at this vehicle, we could start it, we can move it back and forth just to see how the brakes work, transmissions, all of that. So we could take a look at the vehicle and then decide, okay, is this one of the vehicles that we would like to choose to bid on? Now you might be saying, Brian, I don't have any extra money or time to do this, but let me tell you, we actually help our partners with funding up to $100,000 for this kind of stuff, and that's available for our partners only, so make sure to go to the website and check it out there. All right, let's talk about the buyers that we have. Now, in wanting to know how much you should bid on a vehicle, you can go to kellybluebook.com, that's KBB.com, place in the miles, the make, the year, the model, all of that, and it'll give you an estimate of what this vehicle would go for. But if you bought this vehicle and you wanted to sell it, you have to find a buyer. That's probably the most challenging thing sometimes, is finding a buyer that will purchase it for more than you purchased for, so that you can keep the difference, and that's how you make a little bit of extra money, right? But the way that this works is not finding a buyer, but having a buyer before you even purchase it. Now, how do we do that? It's as simple as this. Go to CarMax.com, give the year, make, and model, and the VIN number with the miles. They give you a cash offer where you can actually drive it in, and they'll give you a check that day. Believe me, we've done this a couple times, so it works. Now, let's say, for example, that the CarMax, when you put in the VIN number and the year, make, and model here, that they would give you, say, $20,000 for this vehicle right here. Now, remember, we have funding available up to $100,000 that we're able to help our partners with, so make sure to get connected with that. I know I've said it a couple times, because a lot of times people say, hey, I just don't have the money to do that. They either say they don't have the money or they don't have the time, okay? And we want to help with this. This is why we coach people with our life, health, and business coaching, all right? Help people get their time freedom back and get some extra funds. Okay, CarMax. CarMax offers you $20,000 for this vehicle. Now, you know that you could go in and get a check from CarMax for $20,000 for this vehicle, and they guarantee it. You pretty much take it in, they get in a little inspection. The price never goes down, it may go up. We had one vehicle one time that they offered $13,500. We took it in, and after the inspection, they actually gave us $15,000 for it. We have another one where they gave us $17,000 offer. We took it in, they gave an inspection, and they gave $17,000 on the offer. So let's say $20,000 for this one. Now we know that at the bid for the auction that we do not bid more than $15,000 for this, because we know we have an offer from CarMax for $20,000. We will not bid more than $15,000 for this one, so we can make an extra. We want to make an extra $2,500 to $5,000 on every vehicle that we purchase. Now you might be saying, Brian, this is getting way too complicated. I don't understand all the numbers, but that's what we're here to help for, and that's how we help our partners develop multiple streams of income. Because if you were able to do just 4 auctions a year, now they do probably 6 or more actually around like online and everything, but if you were to do 4 auctions a year and average $2,500 on any kind of one of your vehicles or any kind of your sales that you do with this system or this strategy that we do, you would be able to make an extra $10,000 a year just in 4 auctions, which will take probably about 5 hours each time. So you're looking at 20 hours, $10,000. That's $500 an hour for your time. And you might say again, I don't know if I have funding. Now we have a funding available for our J-Line partners, so make sure to go to the website and go to jline.org/join so that you can become a partner with us and then be connected with the funding up to $100,000. Now you might say, Brian, I don't want to have to send in a bunch of quotes for some vehicles to CarMax and then them tell me how much they'll give and then have all these different offers and then I don't get the vehicle. But as you can see behind me, there are vehicles that are the same year, same make, same model. A lot of these companies and people that have these, they just have multiple vehicles and they're looking to kind of get new ones. And so a lot of these are the same. So you could take and put in one offer for, even though it's a certain VIN number, you could put one offer in for a certain truck and you know there's going to be around the same for another similar truck. And so even if you don't get the exact one, you know pretty much what the offer is going to be. And so that's basically how the system works. And you might say, Brian, I don't want to work in thousands of dollars. That seems like too much risk for me. Now remember, it's not, you're getting funding for this, but they also have some older vehicles that you can use hundreds of dollars instead of thousands of dollars. But basically, that's all I got to say for this video. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the J-Line Network so you can stay up to date on all things to keep your life great. See ya.